The Rabbits have returned for 2023, this time to predict the final series for the 2023 AFL season. Instead of having each Rabbit represent an individual side, they'll instead be challenges all at random, with there being 9 representing all 9 games of the final series. Some of the Rabbits will have ribbons on representing the teams, and some others will just have to pick the teams at random. Some will be 1v1s, some will be team games, and then after everything, the Rabbits will be predicting the premiers for 2023. Let's kick things off with the first game of the final series, happening tonight actually, which is obviously Collingwood and Melbourne. Now how this game will work is that we'll have 5 Rabbits, each representing both sides. There'll be a stick of coriander hidden in a pile of hay, and the first Rabbit to find the stick will be winning it for their respective side. Alrighty, we are underway here at, well, not really the MCG I can say. The hay has been brought down and the Rabbits are getting onto it as the second skip pass. We're up to the 40-second mark, and as you can see, the Rabbits aren't really as interested in getting this done fast. So just want to eat through the hay. That's all I want to do. There's a time lapse. We've gone to the minute 50 mark, and I think we got someone. There we go. Collingwood. Looks like it's the Pies. It's a little bit hard to see the ribbons, but representing the colours on its fur, black and white, the Pies are through, getting the coriander in the first round. The challenge we have is between the Blues and the Swans, and this time it's a 1v1 leaping competition. Pretty simple. First one to jump out of the gated enclosure qualifies for the semis. It all starts off with Ben Coupe and my mum putting the Rabbits down, and that's where the timer starts. The Blues and the Swans aim is to get out of the enclosure the quickest by jumping out, and let me tell you, they didn't particularly want to do it in the quickest amount of time. I think early on for both sides, I kind of just want to play the waiting game. Carlton, they've lost their ribbon. Oh my goodness, what's going on with the Carlton Rabbit? Doesn't want to play for the emblem, it seems. Now I started to get a little bit sick and tired, so I thought maybe we'll grab a chair to see if they can jump on that to maybe change things around a little bit. Let's hope that chair can speed things up here, because it's already been 2 minutes gone. Here we go, Carlton finally giving a bit of movement and actually, looking for a way out in a way, jumping on the chair. And in the meantime, well, Sydney, what are you doing? You're not winning a game like that, trying to barge your way through the fence. That is just a stupid way of getting about it. And oh, well, Carlton go back down again. And it's back to a bloody comedy of errors. It is back to a comedy of errors. As we pass the 10-minute mark, at this rate, I have no hope, as it seems that both sides have just tired themselves out. But with the 11:42-minute mark, finally Carlton, again without the colours, decide enough is enough. I'm going to win this for my fans. And the Blues move on to the semi-final. We take a look at the replay, and what a leap that was. A pure leap of faith. Round 3, we have the Saints taking on the Giants, and similar to a previous challenge done in the last video, the Rabbit that finishes their coriander stick quicker in a 1v1 moves into the semi-final. Alright, the timer starts, both Rabbits get their stick, and it looks like the Saints are doing this a little bit quicker from the start of things. We're into the 8-second mark, 9-second mark, and as we get to the 20-second mark, oh my goodness, Giants have stolen the stick from the Saints. It's whatever side stick gets finished quicker. The Giants are throwing it at the moment because they don't even want to eat their stick at the moment, whilst the Saints, well, look at them, they're battling on like nothing's ever happened, whilst the Giants, they've given up. They've just given up after getting to the finals all this way, and the Saints have done it. As we take a look at the replay, and the Saints just getting it done, eating the stick, and getting through to the semi-final. Next up, we have Brisbane and Port taking on in a team game, climbing up the stairs. First 2 Rabbits of any team to make it up to the top gets a home preliminary final. The pillar gets removed, which starts the game. Brisbane and Port Adelaide. The Lions would have to say they have the home ground advantage, as they're the only 2 competitors that have actually been up the flight of stairs. And we see a bit of movement finally after a minute through one of the Brisbane competitors in the darker brown fur, doing pretty well climbing up the stairs, as you can see. Probably tempted by the food along the way up the stairs. And finally, look at this. After 5 minutes, Brisbane get their first one up, but unfortunately, it was all downhill from there with literally no movement whatsoever. The Lions getting the slight advantage through their second competitor. It looks like Port Adelaide so far, they have not shown up at all in this final. It looks like a home preliminary or home qualifying final smashing. As, well, look, we need to speed things up now. We're 9.5 minutes in and we still haven't got a second person up. Second Rabbit up, I should say, and it should be. Oh, no, the dog gets in the way. Surely that doesn't put off Brisbane. Surely you just need to get over the line. You've got just one more step. And finally, the Lions, they get 2 of their Rabbits through. And let's be real, it was quite a dominant victory. The power didn't put up a challenge. Now let's head into the semi-finals. And starting things off, we've got Melbourne and Carlton. Instead of having the Rabbits representing the certain teams, they're going to be picking the winner instead themselves. Now, we tried the challenge for the first time, but we didn't really get any movement. Like, there were heaps of rabbits around the 2 ribbons, but they just weren't going for them at all. So we decided to shake it to see if that would change anything, but it didn't. We had to start again. As you can see, we did do that, and the 2 ribbons are there. We get the attention of a black one. So what can the black one do? Will it go for Melbourne or will it go for Carlton? It is just around the options, but it finally decides to go up and looks like it goes for the blues. So the rules are you got to pull down the ribbon so it actually falls to the floor. And we've only got the 2 really competing. Now the white and brown one decides to go for it. It grabs the Carlton one and looks like Carlton are going to go through and win the game against Melbourne. They picked the Carlton ribbon. As you look at the replay, it was actually the white and brown one that decided to go for it. 2 of them helped out, and they obviously want the Blues to get through, which they do. The next semi-final is between the Power and the Saints. The winner is the rabbit that makes it through the tunnel the quickest. So strap yourselves in, as this challenge could genuinely be finished in a heartbeat. And we are underway. Let's see who goes through first, and it looks like it's the Saints. It's the Saints that poked its head through the quickest. We're going to take a look at the instant replay in an upset, a massive upset. This won't happen in real life, I don't think. The brown rabbit for St Kilda pokes her head through faster, and the Saints are moving on into the prelims. We begin the first preliminary final between the Pies and the Saints, and the challenge is that the team scarf that gets the carrots finished in the quickest time moves on to the grand final. You'd think the Pies can get it done. They do have the advantage since they're getting fed first, so you would think they'd be hungrier. As soon as the gates are open, the timer starts, and here we go. We're going to track them both at the same time, both the Pies and the Saints. Here we go. The Bunnies going for the Pie scarf. They're getting fed first. St Kilda's, well, I don't think there are as many numbers for St Kilda, but they are more in a group. For example, look at this. Collingwood, they're all bunched up in the pack, and they're more focused on the non-carrots, whereas the St Kilda scarf, I reckon, give them a good chance here because they're all in spaces, so they could finish the carrots quicker. Yeah, the Saints are genuinely a sniff here. Let's just see how many they've got left. We've obviously got the Pies, and they're just still bunched up. They're more focused on the non-carrot, which is why I feel like the Saints have a decent chance of causing an upset here. There's genuinely not much at all for St Kilda, whereas Collingwood have still quite a few carrots to go. I'm genuinely not rigging this. I don't know how St Kilda might possibly win this. For some reason, they're taking their time on the Collingwood scarf, and for St Kilda, they're just going all over it. And I don't get how that's the case at all. You can see that the Rabbits are pointing towards the camera. Are the Saints remarkably going to be the first team to go through the grand final for the Rabbits predictions? It looks like they're just about done on 3:17, and Collingwood still have a few to go, which means the Saints are through to the grand final. There is no way that has happened. Finally see Collingwood's time finally finished, 40 seconds slower just about, and no, I haven't rigged this stuff. This is all just luck. The next game is between Brisbane and Carlton to book a spot in the granny against the bloody Saints of all sides. In this challenge, each team will be represented by 3 rabbits, and the first to get all 3 rabbits to enter the house wins the game and books a spot in the big dance. And the preliminary final starts as the door opens, and who do we have tempted for the food at the first? I think it's the Lions. Yep, the Lions get the first point. I think they're probably going to be the strong favourites. A little bit difficult to see the ribbon there. Who do we have here in the background? It's Carlton. Can one of the Carlton competitors get up? They fight for the challenge, jump on the step, and out of nowhere, I think Carlton are going to get their first point. How about that? This could be an upset of all ages. They get another one here, and they do. So Carlton are on 2 points on the board. The Lions are in a bit of trouble here. This could be a massive upset. Remember, if you've already made it to the house, it doesn't matter. You've already gotten your point as one of the Lions members goes down. Another Carlton member goes up on the step, but it doesn't really matter. That Carlton member has already made it to the step, so it's still 2-1. Brisbane, go towards the house. What are you doing? What the hell? I think the Lions have just thrown it away there. I think the Lions have just thrown it away there. For some reason, one of the Brisbane members has decided to just jump out of the gate, and the Blues win in controversial fashion. And we need to have a look at the replay again. The Lions have just wasted their season in one play. What the hell?
Can they get it? Dan Butler's got it. It's a party at Marvel Stadium for the Saints.
Now he's gone back to back. He's a star for all to see.
It's now time for the grand final. It's between St Kilda and Carlton. How the hell have 2 sides that have finished outside the 4 made it? But who cares? It doesn't matter. In this final, the baby rabbits have replaced the regular ones just like in the last video, and the first team to get 3 of them to jump on their platform will be awarded the 2023 Rabbit Premiers. Looks like we are getting underway. The box has been let out and the babies have been let out. Remember, the first to get 3 to jump on their platform, obviously food will be there to tempt them. Let's see which team gets the first point, first to 3, just like in one of the previous games. Oh, look at that, St Kilda get the first one, and Carlton straight after. It's 1 apiece. It is 1 apiece here in the grand final. 2-1 now for the Saints. They need 1 more. Can the Saints do it? No way. This would just be remarkable if that were the case. Remember, if the babies cross platforms, that is all good. 1:13 on the clock. Can Carlton get 1 more back to make it a 2-2 game? They're eyeing on the twister ball. They're eyeing on it. And they go up. It's 2-2 now. 2-2. The Rabbits have made it 2-2. Can we get to 3-2? Can the Saints do it? They are. The Saints have won the grand final. Can you believe it? Oh my God. I swear to goodness gracious me. The team I support that have no chance in real life have actually done it. Well, let's hope this comes true. I mean, I tell you what, I don't know how that's ended up happening. It's not rigged, although it might seem like it. If you guys enjoyed the video, smash the like button, subscribe, and we'll see you soon.
Oh, when the